Here's the end of life on a 5/8 inch grind ring Sparx unit. It's about probably 4 years old. This red warning light comes up when I had 28 more passes to go. So this showed up and I kept on sharpening skates. Some of them I used 4, some I used added an extra 2 or 3 because we're kind of goofed up. And now here, if I want to go through and sharpen, it won't let me do anything. And so the warning light came on here in red saying, hey, you're almost out. And I was able to do all these different cuts of 4, 2, 2, 2, 4 on about 3 or 4 pairs. So I got another couple pairs done, and then it just won't let me do it. And in the last pass, I had it set to 4, and it wouldn't let me do it, so I set it to 3, and I was able to do 3 passes. And a pass means it goes back and forth, and it goes through there and looks in the sensor there. There's an RFID that reads on here. The diameter of the wheel doesn't really change very much at all. It's got some diamond dust on here. Pretty much all this is metal. It's not like a regular grind ring. The ring goes down. A lot of skates, 4 is a good setting. If it's just a touch-up, I usually use about 2. Here's a bunch of different rings here. Here's a 7/8, a 3/8, a 7/16. Here's another 5/8 I'm going to use to replace this one. I got a 5/8 fire. There's a 7/16. There's a half fire and a 5/8 fire. Here's the 2 rings. This is the one that's used up. That black along there I put there for a strobe effect. I was using a strobe light, but there's the, you can see where it's kind of got a little band through it. This is the brand new one. And if you look side by side, just eyeballing, it looks like it's about the same size. There's an RFID that goes through and reads into there. So I'm going to put the new disc on. Using the left hand. That's a strobe I put on there, just that marking. So with the new disc, you can see it's got all those up onto here. The one I just replaced, this ring showed up in red, 28 passes. And I may have missed a couple. I was just roughly marking them down. Maybe it's 30. But went 28 before it wouldn't do any more cuts. I must do an exact cut because I tried to do a 4, it wouldn't do it, and let me do a 3, but not a 4. So it must do an exact number of count on the number of passes. And I've always put the skates that way. I think some people want to say you should run it the other way. I've had this unit since at least 3 years, maybe 4. Really never had a problem which way I run it. The dust in there basically is all steel from the skate. There's very little, if any, dust from the wheel. The wheel doesn't really change in diameter very much. So every time it does a pass, it goes through and reads their RFID in here. So it's doing a countdown on that disc. For figure skating here, they got an attachment that goes onto here. And that's what I use the 7/16 for.